Hello there. So I thought I would record a video today instead of going live because I like to be able to position my phone in its stand rather than balancing it on books or whatever like I do when I do a live, and I thought I would upload my video onto YouTube as well. And have a little play with that iMovie thing. So if you're watching it now and it's got like a fancy thing at the front of it, then I have succeeded with iMovie. So anyway, I have been sitting in my pyjamas all day. I did have a shower this morning and wash my hair, and then I thought, well, just get a fresh pair of pyjamas on and stay in them all day nice and warm. But I thought I'd put some makeup on to do a video because why not. So my topic today that I'm just going to talk about briefly is about self-care and developing a self-care routine, and why it's quite important, especially at the moment, to have some sort of self-care. And the type of self-care I'm going to be focusing on really is more than just making time for yourself to stick a face mask on or treat yourself to a massage, which obviously is important, and if you want one, I'm your girl. But it's more than that really, self-care on the serious side. It's about looking after your emotional and your spiritual well-being, as well as sort of looking after your skin or going and having a bath with the candles. Obviously that's really nice, but you can go a lot deeper into self-care by really tuning into your spiritual side, and that's kind of what I have been doing, particularly this last year, since especially since the COVID started. I've been doing more like self-development courses and reading, and really trying to focus on self-awareness and self-improvement, rather than focusing on the negativity that is going on right now. Obviously it's quite hard sometimes not to get drawn into things, particularly and I'm totally guilty of this, but particularly when people might put something on, especially when they put something on social media that you don't necessarily agree with. I can spend many minutes, sometimes hours, getting into arguments or disagreements or debates on social media with people who I don't necessarily agree with about what's going on. But hey ho, I'm sure I'm not the only one. But I'm not here to talk about that. I'm just here to talk about positive steps you can take to implement self-care. So one thing that's really helped me has been journaling, and I will do a separate video to talk more about journaling. But I started, like, journaling is something I've always done sort of on and off since I was maybe about 15. Like writing down, if I'm pissed off about something, I'll get my journal out and write about it, and then I might not write anything for like months and months and months. But since about June I did a journaling course, journal therapy course, and started a journal. And at first I was like writing in it virtually every day, but as like life has taken over and that, it's come to more every like 2 to 3 days that I've written in it. And sometimes I will like follow a journal prompt, other times I will just sort of free write about whatever's going on. Sometimes I might do like if I've got loads of ideas going on in my head, I might do like a spider diagram and all the different things coming off it. So the first 2 journals I bought were just like books from Poundland, just blank journals that I was writing in. And sorry, looking at the time, looked like it stopped then. The other one I bought, I got it in a charity shop, and it's like this really pretty Cath Kidston like floral journal, and it's got the odd journal prompt in as well that sometimes I use, or other times I'm reading a really good book at the moment called Light is the New Black, and that's by Rebecca Campbell, and that's got loads and loads of journal prompts in it, and it's about following like your soul and like discovering more about yourself. So I'm reading the book at the moment, but what I'll do when I've finished it is go back and work through some of the journal prompts, because I want to like finish the book before I do that. Other times I'll just think of my own journal prompts to do with what is kind of on my mind at the moment. So a lot of them, because I'm trying to sort of develop and move my holistics business further forward, have been sort of things like, what would you do if you knew you couldn't fail, or like write a letter to from your 88-year-old self back to like yourself at your age now, or write a letter back to yourself 20 years ago, that kind of thing. If anyone's interested, I've got loads of journal prompts that I can share that I got from the journaling course that I did. Also thinking of setting up like kind of a journaling sort of circle via Zoom at the moment, obviously with social distancing, as journaling and meditation circle to get people together and do like a bit of a meditation, and then you go away and write something in your journal, and then we feedback, we discuss, and then we do another meditation and a journal, something like that, because I think that would be quite helpful for a lot of people, including myself. So that brings me on to also like meditation as well. Meditation is something I've done for like quite a while. I did a course about 5 years ago in leading guided meditation, and since then I've written some of my own guided meditations. And also obviously if you go on YouTube and you search or whatever it is you want to meditate on, or if you want to use a meditation to help you get to sleep at night, a really good one that I found is Michael Sealey. He's got like quite a soothing voice, but sometimes now, because I've got that used to his voice, it doesn't always work for me, but he is a good one, and he does different meditations. They're quite long, so they're about an hour. More often than not I will fall asleep when I'm listening to one. Or you can get meditations that you put on in the morning, like uplifting ones to help you start your day. If you don't want to follow a guided meditation, or you think you'd struggle to switch off, a simple way to just get started with it is to just set a timer on your phone, even just for a minute at first, and just take that time to either sit or lie quietly and just focus on your breathing. And just, if your thoughts start to wander, just try and bring them back to your breathing. Don't ignore them. Say, yeah, I acknowledge that thought, but just I'm going to put you aside and bring my thoughts back to my breathing. So journaling and meditation are great. Now, some people like to do them in the morning, some people like to do them in the evening. Personally, I like to just do them when I can, because my days are sometimes quite busy. Obviously I work mornings, I've got to take the children to school, and then in the afternoon usually I'm sort of seeing clients for treatments, or running around doing errands. So my days are generally quite varied, so I'll just fit it in as and when I can. Quite often it'll be like the evening, fitting it in around watching Corrie or whatever we're watching on Netflix. And I've got my nice room now in the garage, but I'm not going to call it a garage anymore. It's my holistic healing room, my home salon. So I like, especially because I'm not using it at the moment because of lockdown, I like to go in there and really chill out, do some meditation, light some candles. So having that space is obviously really, really helping me to make sure I take the time to relax. Which is another thing, really. Make sure you've got a space in your house what is relaxing for you. It might be downstairs, but if you've got young kids and there's a lot of clutter sort of in your living room, or you might not necessarily feel that's your own, but even just make your bedroom your own, tidy away the clutter. If you've got like a husband or a boyfriend, I'm fortunate enough not to have one, so my room's quite relaxed, quite girly. There's not like underpants lying around the place because men can't put the clothes away. It's my room, it's nice and it's decorated to my taste, so I'm quite lucky in that respect. But yeah, just make sure you've got like a nice area to relax. Another self-care for me is reading. It doesn't necessarily need to be personal development reading. I do enjoy that, but also I've enjoyed just picking up a book and getting lost in it. For me, it has to be a book that really captivates me and wants me to carry on reading. I like sort of crime ones, but it's got to be like something that I can kind of not relate to, because I'm not a criminal or anything, but like things about like when people look back to what's gone in their childhood, or parents of kids that go missing and that, because then you can sort of put yourself in that person's shoes, whereas other sort of crime things I don't always like resonate with or enjoy as much. And I don't know if anyone else is like that, I always prefer like a female author as well. It's nothing against men at all, but I just can't sort of take books written by guys. Like, I prefer ones written by females. Lisa Jules, someone who I really like. And who's another one as well? Oh, completely forget. Paula Daly, yeah, she writes about mysteries and that go on in the Lake Districts. So yeah, reading. Like I say, self-care is more than just sticking a face mask on and pouring a glass of wine. It's about like looking after your sort of your spiritual and your emotional well-being as well. Candles are a big thing for me. As soon as I put the lights off in an evening, light the candles, I'm in my pyjamas, obviously spend a lot of time in them. My little cat comes on my knee, and that's it, that's chill out time then. The kids are in their bedrooms doing their own thing. So yeah, I find that really relaxing as well. So I'm going to end it there anyway, because I've waffled on enough and we've reached the 10 minutes. So if people want to comment about the types of things they do to help them with their self-care, what's like the most indulgent thing that you do for yourself? One thing, I know I said it's more than just going and getting a massage, but one thing that I am definitely going to start treating myself to is to make sure I get a massage at least, say, once every 6 weeks to 2 months, because being a massage therapist myself, I'm constantly like leaning over, obviously, and my own back sort of, it takes its toll on that. So that's one thing I've like pledged to do, to make sure I treat myself to regular massages. So if anyone knows a good massage therapist, obviously I'm one of the best, but it's the one thing that you can't do on yourself, isn't it? Anyway, so it's going dark in my room. You can maybe just about see me. So enjoy the rest of your weekend or day whenever you're watching this, because generally it takes me a long time to like upload things onto YouTube because our Wi-Fi is a little bit slow. So yeah, take care, stay safe, all that, wash your hands, goodbye.